Hello everyone, we're going to start with our dynaband or elastic tubing underneath the heel or heels. We'll start with a couple of heels for a more advanced. Just know that it's okay to start off warming up with a less advanced and then add on. The movement is that you're doing some flexion with your elbows. Your heels are on the band or your heel arch. That way you have a good solid foundation. Your shoulders are down the back. Exhale as you bend. 8, good. Standing tall. 9, jaws nice and soft. And now we're doing 10 more. Your wrists are neutral. Knees are long but soft. Breathe in. And 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Now step off, take your band behind your upper back. I'm going to add on something to this, so if you care to add on as well, we're going to push the elbows long as we go into a squat. Now with this squat, listen to your body, so if you need to get rid of one move, then you can get rid of the legs, but if you can do both, heels heavy, knees track with your second toe. So your external rotation might be a little different than someone else's, but your glutes are dominating. So your weight's going back. You're not shifting forward. That's the main cue. And you could always decrease how low you go as another way to modify. And exhale, good. I like to check the neck every now and then and make sure it's not active. The upper trapezius are not overactive. Exhale. The good news about the band, when you press out, you can feel that tension, but as you come in and you control it, you get tension on the way back. So the band's not just getting snapped back, right? You are doing the work. So let's take 8 more. Heart to knee. 7. Really good, I like it. 6. Everybody looks good. 5. 4. 3. 2, and 1. Really good job. Now the band is going to go overhead. Now the exhale is going to pull down. If you care to add on an extra, you're going to lift your heels. Good morning. Everybody's here. Come on in. Nice. Good to see everybody. As you pull your arms wide, you're also pulling the band low to about your collar level or your heart level, your sternum level. And when your arms are up, notice how your upper trapezius are not engaged. You're still recruiting the muscles that keep the scapula grounded on the thoracic spine. So lower lat fibers, lower trap fibers, serratus anterior, so that way you're not in your neck. And we're adding that heel raise on both legs, knees long but soft. Take 3 more. We all need good calf strength. 2, balancing, and it helps us with our blood returning up to the heart. So that was wonderful. Let that go. And we're going to add on the band behind your upper back, the palms forward, and I want to add first the arms. The breaststroke is a push out and around. Breaststroke is push out and around. Feel that, and then if you care to add on, we're going to have a seat and push out and around. Now your glute, your tush, your hiney, is your muscle that you're thinking of. That way your knee's not going forward. You got it. Exhale. Good. And if you're working with any kind of injuries or any kind of issues, you're listening to your body and you're making sure that nothing you're doing even whispers in the tendency of injuring it worse, right? So that's how we modify. You might decrease the range of motion, for example. Okay, now we're going to do the same legs, but watch the arms. I'm going wide to narrow. That's it. So go wide. It's still a circular. In fact, I'll turn to the side so you can see. circling in front. Breaststroke, heel heavy. Good. And the heart rate will probably be going up. The quads, the legs, the glutes, these are big muscle groups. They're needing some more oxygenated blood to work. Breathe in through your nose if you can, and breathe out of your nose if you can. Breathe in through your nose, and breathe out your nose. And we're going to do 3 more. The neck looks great. I don't see any extra tension up there. Really good. Wonderful job, guys. Now we're going to be stepping on the band. Actually, grab a sip if you'd like, and then meet me back here. Your hands face your thighs. Your heels are heavy. Now I want you to watch my wrist. You see how my wrists are going with my forearms? I'm not forcing them down here. So let your wrists, so you're going to feel like your wrists are canted, or you're going to feel that way they're neutral with the forearm. So your elbows are out wide. Exhale, let the elbows, so it's kind of like you're zipping up a coat and your knees are long. I want your wrist to feel good, so that you're just paying attention. Everybody looks good. Up, good. And let me get a little closer so you can see. So do you see how the elbows go out? This one is upright row. Good. And let's just do a neck check. You can make sure there's no tension in your neck. Your jaw has no tension. Exhale. Now we're going to be adding on to this with a long lever move here. So just take 4 more, and just take 3 more, and just take 2. You got it. And just take 1. Now step off. I am going to use a lighter band than this one. This is heavy, and I'm going to do a medium, or you might use a lighter band. So that you have, oh, let me use this one. That way you have an ability to do a long-armed movement. So your heel steps on the band, your arm goes out. Because it's a longer lever, you're stretching that band out more. You may find that you need that lighter band or a light medium. Good, or you step on it more or less, right? And 6, we're only going up to shoulder height for us. 7, we're trying to get high benefit, low risk. 9, your wrist is neutral. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, your shoulders working. 18, 19, your body's tall. 20. Now we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to coordinate that breath with our movement in that we are continuing to breathe through your nose if you can, and out your nose if you can. Neck is easy, body tall. Good. Feel that strong shoulder getting stronger. Knees long but soft. 10 more. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Abs have a little bit of tone. 16, you're not leaning in the back. 17, good. 18, 19, and 20. Now take the other heel, place the step on that band, go forward. Now it's real easy to accidentally turn your body on this, but stay forward or square. 5, you'll notice sometimes I put a hand on my abs or near my ribs to keep me honest, to keep the ribs over the belly and not let myself do a lordosis or low back arch. So you can use the cues that help you with your body's tendencies. Most of us women, though, with our wider hips to narrow knees, that's an accidental tendency to get lordotic. So right here, we've got a little ab tone to help that. 5 more, not the neck, but the shoulder. 3, a little bit of ab tone. 2, and 1. Now we're gonna switch it and do 20 on the other. Again, you probably have a light or a light medium band because of this long lever. I'm gonna adjust. You might have to adjust on the first couple as you figure it out. Your wrist is neutral, knees long, breathing in and out through your nose, feeling strong, feeling solid. 8. Noticing if you tend to over tense a muscle, your jaw, your fist, your quads, glutes, you can relax that. So you contract what you want, you release what you don't want. Abs, everybody looks so good. The postures are wonderful. Good. Neck is easy, and you're not leaning over to get that band up. I'm going to have us take this is one of my favorite stretches, a really fun stretch. Take your hands, kind of like this letter Y. Watch your space, go up and back. Now keep your elbows long. If you need more range of motion, you pull the band wider right there where it's harder, or you walk your hands further apart. Breathe in. You want to feel your scapula moving on your thoracic spine. Scapular mobility is critical for shoulder health and help prevent that rigid, round, forward spine that you see people get when they're not doing these exercises. But you're going to feel like mobility. Feel your humerus move in your glenoid fossa. Now we're going to find some favorite places. So find one behind you. And I'll just show you what I'm doing. I'm not putting my head forward. I'm keeping my ear in line with the shoulder. It's my arms that are getting a stretch. I'm not poking my head forward. Everyone looks great. 5. Now breathe. Breathe. Now try to go an inch lower and hold that place. This is for posture. Breathe in. And then how about one more inch or so lower? Breathe in. This should feel like the opposite of what we do during the day. Breathe in, and it should feel good. There's hormonal reactions that are associated with the upright posture. So we're inducing some healthy hormone cocktails in our body. Breathe in, should feel good, uplifting, confident. Shake it on out, just let that go. We're gonna let this down for a moment, grab a sip, meet me back with some weights that you could do bicep curls with. So bicep curls are where you bend the elbows. And so it's probably going to err on the heavier. We also have a little bit of a shorter lever on this one. So you're going to bend your elbows. So let's say it's between 5 and 8 pounds most likely, or 5 or 10, somewhere in there. Yes. And knees soft, neck easy. You're carrying muscles. And if you are built hypermobile or really flexible in the joints, stability is your goal. So when you lower your elbow, you don't let the weight just yank your elbow into hyperextension. If you check your wrist out, they're neutral. There's not bending backwards. Good. Exhale. Good. You've got a little ab tone so your whole body doesn't go with your weights. Try 5 more. Shoulders are open. 4. And 3. And you notice how you can change tempo to change challenge. So if I go slower, it's harder. Breathe in. Leave your hand weights down. Now lift up your heels and lower and lift. So what we're doing is adding a little weight to our body weight. So whatever your body weight is, now you're adding on whatever is in your hands. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now if you can, open up a bit. And I want you to imagine you're picking up a suitcase. Your heart's forward. Notice how I'm not just hinging. I'm trying to keep my heart towards you. You could try to keep your heart towards me. Good. Your glute, your heel is heavy. And not pushing just the knees forward. We're not just pushing the knees forward. In fact, I'll show you from this side. Your booty goes back. Pretend you're picking up a suitcase off the floor. One more. Now we're going to let these hand weights down, take them down, and we're going to do a Qigong move, which is knocking on the door of life. Breathe in through your nose really fully and breathe out of your nose. In and out. Now the next one that we're going to do is a lateral raise, and let me show you what it looks like. It looks like this. So it's going to be most likely a little lighter than what you just did. Most likely a little lighter than what you just did. So probably 3 to 6. These are just estimates. You want to learn how to feel your own body's signals, because your body will whisper first and then it will yell. So right here, if you are lifting up, we're looking for a 20 challenge on this one, for example. So you feel like it's kind of easier at first, and then it starts getting harder. And then if it gets too hard to keep good form, you can just grab a lighter weight and finish out. 10 more. 9 more. I've got some knee softness. 8, 7, 6. Good. Your neck is easy. 5. Lifting up through the jaw. 4. No jaw tension. 3, 2, and 1. And then take a moment to lower those down. And let's go down to the floor. I'll meet you down here. Good job. Grab a sip if you'd like. Grab a heavy band. Place your legs long. And if that's an issue, place a pillow underneath your pelvis. And lower that weight. Okay. Place the band around your heels, arch. I like to cross them on this. Hold on to the tubing, not the handles. Bend your elbows. Exhale. Good. Let me turn so I can see you better. Good. Now we're practicing our posture muscles. If you don't feel enough, grab more band. Another trick is to have 2 bands in your hand. These are really important muscles. I would say if you just did 1 band exercise a day, this would be a good one. We need strong back muscles. Notice how I'm keeping the elbows low. The neck is easy. I can move my neck at any time. Exhale, pull your elbows past your ribs. Everyone looks good. This one's so important. Look at the postures on everybody. I love it. Your ear is in line with your shoulder, is in line with your middle rib, is in line with your hip. Breathe in and out. Jawline is parallel to the floor. You're tall. We are going to add on to this. So when you're ready, bend one elbow and rotate to the right in your upper back. Keep your hips or legs the same. Rotate left. If this makes you dizzy at all, just look straight ahead. But if you can, add a little bit of the cervical rotation. Exhale. Good. Upright spine. Upright spine. Jawline is parallel. Exhale, pull. And try 8. Good. And 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now for me, this is a really heavy, this is a purple, so I'm going to go to a medium. So somewhere that's medium, and again, you can also manipulate with where you hold it. The purple's pretty heavy, so I'm going to go to a medium. So I want us to cross the band and put the elbows beside the ribs. This is a very important one. I just saw a study out about athletes who were incredibly strong in most of their global muscles, but the external rotators were weak. That's what this is. That's what we're working. So if you, especially if you do any sport or any repetitive work or chore, these muscles are going to help your shoulders keep that humerus in an appropriate alignment in the glenoid fossa. So it's not very big. It's not like a big squat. It's not very glamorous. It's very small and therapeutic. Your elbows are glued. What I see looks good. The shoulder's going to try to lift off your arm, but you're not going to let it. You're holding on to some imaginary ball or an imaginary washcloth underneath your forearm. Everyone looks good. I just want to really repeat those cues because it's a very therapeutic move. It's not a big, huge move. Now, this is a very informal, just kind of roll your shoulders out. Give your scapula should be moving. Your shoulders going up and around. Neck as well. Just release it all. Now uncross the band. Uncross the band. It's still about a medium. Your exhale is going to press your arms beside your hips. But what I've got going on is that I'm not wanting to hit the floor, so I've got them out a little wider than my hips. Exhale, exhale. Good. And notice that you can try to play around, you can dance with that final range of motion more. So when you push, you can resist the band pulling you back. Resist the band pulling you back. Now get tall, like you're having a golden thread attached to your crown. Your triceps, the back of your upper arm, are also trying to maintain a straight elbow. So it's okay if you feel them, that's appropriate. Lats, a little belly, and some tris and rear deltoids. All right, bonus, add little 10 pulses. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Relax, good. And you thought you were done. So lift your shoulders. We're gonna do a rear delt. Pretend that you are making almost like a soft T. You see how there's a bit of softness to my arms? So your exhale is, it's almost like you're hugging a tree backwards. You have this roundness, not in the neck, you're not doing a neck tension, but in the rear deltoid. These should feel like, wow, I don't work these muscles much during the day. That it might feel like it's unfamiliar or foreign as far as what we do during the day. That's why it's so critical we do them. And you see I bias the back muscles because that's what prevents people from getting rounded forward. It is preventable. So here we are. It should feel like a little bit of burn on the back of them arms. 4, back of the shoulders. 3, 2, so much so that if you're like me, you're craving a stretch. So let's take a stretch. You can sit any way you want. Inhale. You can sit any way you want because our main objective is to stretch the spine laterally. Every day your spine would like to be stretched laterally, in rotation, in flexion, and extension. An axial extension, which is just a big long posture. So those are the ways your spine wants to be moved every day for wellness. Breathe in. And if you have a healthy spine, there's a saying in yoga, you're as young as your spine. So we're giving some attention to that. We want radiance to emanate from the center out. Now we're going to do the other one of those formulas. Up, rotation. I'm going to look at you, but you're probably looking over your shoulder. Wonderful. You're doing great. Inhale. Open up those arms. Exhale, add a rotation. Now inhale, bring it forward, and I'm going to have us do the band around our heels again, so stretch out your legs. Oh, grab a sip if you want, and then we'll do the band around. This time, I'm going to give a couple cues. You can do, let me just show you. You can do biceps here. If you have osteoporosis, you're going to stay pretty linear here in your spine and not do flexion. Another trick is to hold on to the band here. The third trick, if you don't have osteoporosis and you can tolerate flexion, you can do a little twofer, abdominals and biceps. I do like to gently or softly point the feet down just so the band doesn't fly up unexpectedly. So you can take a look and make sure you've really anchored. 10, belly in. 9, 8, 7, beautiful. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really good. Let that go for a moment. Now I want you to, if you have your hand weights, a heavier one is what you're going to want. So let's say 5 to 10. You're going to have them near you. So when you lie, and you can also do push-ups as a backup plan. But what I'm going to have us do is lie here, get the head on the mat, oops, not under the dynaband, and then inhale and take up. Your exhale and bend. Now keep going, I'm just gonna talk about cues. Your feet are on the floor because that'll help you keep your ribs on the mat. That is another way to have a tactile feedback loop, a proprioception, that your low back's not getting hyperlordotic. You don't wanna arch that back crazily off the mat, and your lower back might try to do that. So you want to say, all right, my pelvis is down, my sacrum's down, my hips are down, my ribs are down. When I push my weight up, no extra lower back curve comes into play. Exhale as you push. Exhale as you push. So if you didn't want to do this, or if you didn't have any hand weights, you could also do push-ups on the wall, or knees and hands on the floor. All right, try 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now I'm gonna let that go, and I'm going to have us, let me see if I have it available. I'm going to have us turn over and do a plank. I know it's not with a hand weight, and I know it's not with the band, but it's such a good exercise. Hold the forearms down and the toes. Now, if you can't do this, go to your knees and your forearms. I'm gonna offer one more cue that will add some oomph. Let your forearms act like they're going to your toes, and your toes towards your forearms. This is gonna activate an isometric contraction that'll turn on the heat. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now lower your pelvis. Sphinx is an option called for spinal extension, that a girl, and then swan is up higher. So this is the other way your spine wants to be every day, extension to counter pose. So I'm gonna look, shoulder blades are down. Breathe in, it's either Sphinx forearms or hands swan. Take a release in your neck, hold 5. Inhale. And then exhale, you can go back into a child's pose, a brief child's pose. Bring it in. And then we're gonna go on the side and just touch a side plank. So just touching. So get ready. So just mixing up how we work the body. Hold. Now, if this is too hard, you can go to your knee. You can also go to your hip if it's really hard, but otherwise 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fanny down. Swing it on over. And lift. Here we go. Side plank. Shoulder blade is down the back. 10, 2, 3, 4. Yep, lift up if you can. 5. You're doing great. Strong core. Do the best you can. Inhale. And then exhale. Lower your hips. You're doing great. We're going to take a posture called cow face. It's like your hand is trying to reach your other fingers. I'm going to turn so you can see what I'm doing behind me. Inhale. Just do the best you can. Here we go. Other side. Good. Ribs over the pelvis. Good. And then we're going to take 3 breaths up. So this is just big mobility, big inhale. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale, and let your hands go to your heart. This is the spirit part. So your performance and your actions will often match what your beliefs are. So we want to notice what our beliefs are. I'm going to offer a belief. My belief is I am an athlete. I am wellness. I am strong. I am flexible. I am balanced. I am a regular exerciser. I love to treat my body with so much care. I feel better when I'm strong, flexible, active, moving, eating healthy, sleeping healthy, thinking healthy. So those are my thoughts, my beliefs, and that will help me match my actions and behaviors. So just notice what your beliefs are. I'm introducing what I would like to have as them, that you are wellness, you are healthy, you are happy, you exercise, you are fitness oriented, you are strong, I am able. And notice how much easier it is to keep the habits when that's your belief with so much care. Have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much. Bye.